You are listening to Bedtime Dreamy Tales. Subscribe to our channel for new story. Story title, The Magic Porridge Pot. In a small, humble cottage on the edge of a dense forest lived a girl named Melody and her mother. They were very poor, but despite their hardships, Melody brought joy to their home with her beautiful songs. Every morning and evening, Melody would sing for her mother, filling their small home with melodies so sweet that even the birds outside would stop to listen. Her mother often said, "Melody, what would happen to me if it weren't for your songs? They make me happy, you know." "I know, Mother," Melody would reply. "If only our bellies could be filled with music. I'm very hungry." One morning, as her mother wiped away a tear, Melody kissed her cheek and said, "Don't cry, Mother. I'll go into the forest and find us something to eat." With determination, Melody set off into the forest. She sang as she walked, her voice echoing through the trees. Her song was so enchanting that it caught the attention of an old witch who lived deep in the forest. The witch, curious to find the source of the beautiful singing, hurried through the trees until she found Melody. "Oh," Melody exclaimed when she saw the witch, "you frightened me." "I'm sorry," the witch replied with a kind smile. "I just wanted to find out who had such a magnificent voice." Melody blushed and looked down. "Thank you. I hope I didn't disturb you." "Disturb me? Nonsense. Your voice is like a gift to me. What can I do to reward you for your singing?" the witch asked. "Reward?" he asked, surprised. "Yes, anything you'd like," the witch said. "If only you'd come back again and sing for me." Melody hesitated, but then told the witch about her poor mother and how they had nothing to eat. The witch's eyes softened. "Here," she said, placing a small black pot into Melody's hands. "Take this. I don't mean to be rude, but what good is an empty pot if there is no food to cook in it?" "It's magic," the witch explained with a twinkle in her eye. "Magic?" Melody repeated, her curiosity piqued. Yes. Take it home, put it on the stove, and say these words, 'Little pot, cook.' It'll surprise you with more sweet porridge than you've ever seen. Go, try it. But be sure to come back tomorrow to sing for me." "But how will the pot know when to stop cooking?" asked the hungry little girl. "Oh yes," the witch said, chuckling. "I almost forgot the most important part." "The most important?" Melody asked. "Indeed, when your mother and you have had your fill of sweet porridge, simply say, 'Little pot, stop,' and it will stop cooking. Now don't forget." "I won't," promised Melody as she rushed home, holding tightly to the magical pot. Melody ran all the way back to her cottage and excitedly showed her mother the pot. "Mother, look, it's a magic pot. Watch this." She placed the pot on the stove and said, "Little pot, cook." To her mother's amazement, the pot began to bubble and steam, and soon it was filled with sweet, delicious porridge. They ate until they were full, and then Melody said, "Little pot, stop," and it stopped cooking. Every day from then on, Melody and her mother ate their fill of sweet porridge. Melody kept her promise to the witch and traveled into the forest each day to sing for her. One day, as Melody was leaving to meet the witch, the pot was still cooking. "Now don't forget what to say," she warned her mother. Her mother waved her off. "Go on, Melody. I'm not a fool. I know what to do." But as the pot continued to cook, Melody's mother found herself distracted by a knock at the door. It was the neighbor, Mrs. Baker, coming to borrow some flour. Melody's mother welcomed her in and began chatting, forgetting all about the magic words to stop the pot. As the two women talked, the pot kept cooking and cooking. Soon the sweet porridge began to overflow. It poured over the sides of the pot, onto the stove, and then onto the floor. Mrs. Baker gasped, "What is happening?" Melody's mother suddenly remembered the pot and rushed to stop it. "Little pot, stop," she cried, but in her panic, she forgot the exact words. The porridge continued to pour out, spreading across the kitchen and into the living room. By the time Melody returned, the porridge had filled the entire cottage and was spilling out the door. She laughed when she saw it and quickly said, "Little pot, stop!" The pot finally stopped cooking and Melody's mother sighed in relief. "Oh, Melody, I'm so sorry. I forgot what to say." "It's all right, Mother," Melody said, hugging her. "At least we won't be hungry for a long time." From then on, Melody made sure to always stop the pot herself before leaving for the forest. She continued to sing for the witch every day, and the witch, in turn, continued to be a kind friend to them. Melody and her mother never went hungry again. and their little cottage was always filled with the sweet scent of porridge and the sound of Melody's beautiful songs. And so, they lived happily ever after, with their magical pot and the witch's friendship bringing them endless joy and comfort. If you like this story, please give this video a like. For more stories, go to bedtimedreamytales.com. See you in the next story.